Hi. I don't know. Let's try a few things. Hmm. So, as I discussed in the last stream, my idea here would be to try something organic. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's I don't know, probably gonna be a disaster, but I kind of have to try it. So that we cannot say we haven't tried that or something. Hmm. Not like that, because we're gonna go much narrower. More like this. I mean, this is just a test. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Just basically, I want to see, just want to see how we gonna approach this. If this has potential. obviously, since we have to have the scoop up here, it's gonna be different. But you know, just so that we can see what the the sloping here is gonna be, and if this even works, because obviously we're gonna have to it's gonna be very slight. It's not gonna be, we're not gonna have a huge amount of flex here, but over the distance here, over the distance that we have to cover here, it's gonna make a difference. But it's gonna be, of course, like angled up. It's gonna be a, like in the, stay down. Here the problem is, I don't know what the problem here is. This. Like in the Speed Champions car, oh, right. Like in the Speed Champions car, obviously our goal here is to make a piece here that's gonna be, not flexible, but it's gonna adhere to the shape of the car in a nice manner. Okay, so yeah, okay. So all of this that we have here, the brick panels that we did last time, I mean, we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. I kind of like them because they are providing the shape that I want, but we'll see how we can shape this edge here between the side panel and this. Ideally, of course, it would be one piece somehow, but with what we have, it's kind of impossible to do. If this was a Volvo, this would be possible. This would be absolutely possible. And I have an idea for the next model. What about if we do a Volvo 245 wagon or something? It's the perfect shape for Lego. Okay, so now here we have to start doing these, which is good, so we can attach the piece here and here. I have no idea how to attach it here yet. Don't ask me, since this is gonna be different anyway. We will see. We'll see. So where are we here? Okay, so we can start doing these. Variomatic. What do you mean variomatic? The 240 never had a variomatic. That was the Duff. You are confusing things here. Okay. Now we have something relatively small-ish. I don't know. I don't even have these smaller, but I guess we can use shorter ones here because this is going to be way too long, I think. Yeah, in Volvo used Varimatic, but they used it in, I think, but not in the 240. The 240s never got Varimatic. I don't think so. Yeah, not quite. And the problem with the T5 is that with the 850 is it's front wheel drive, and front wheel drive we cannot do, sadly. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, the 340, of course. Yeah, 340. Also, we could do a what was it? 900 series, and there was the other one, the 200 series, and I kind of forgot which one it was. I'm not such a Volvo guy. Help me. What's the other Volvo beside the 240? Okay. Okay, these need to stay. We have a slight wedge here. Let me fix this in position somewhere, so I don't have to hold it, and then we can discuss the shape. Okay. I'm going to like wedge something in here. Well, obviously we're gonna use Lego wheels, so more or less this size here, I think. But this depends on what the next project is gonna be, which, you know, it's up for debate. It's up for debate. What do we need here? 1, 2. Okay. I mean, I have friends who have Volvos, and we constantly joke that you know, Volvos are the Lego is perfect for building Volvos because everything is square. Okay, that was a gross miscalculation on my part. But how so? What? Wait. All right, yeah. I didn't account for this. Yeah. Okay. Yes, and then this is shorter. You know, in a Volvo we could because the you know it's kind of a or in you know in a car like the E30 or something like that, we could because the Unimog tires are like a 14-inch or 15-inch wheel with a tire with a high profile, you know, or something. I mean, we could. It's it's entirely possible. Go on. Okay. Now what? You're right. No? Okay, yeah. You are okay. You are not okay. Um, okay. That's the problem. Just a moment. Just a moment. We are. No. With front wheel, the problem with front wheel drive are universal joints, or the CV joints. CV joints are the problem because we don't have enough steering, and these are the major pain in the ass. Okay, what to do here? This is weird. Okay, here we have to go this solution. Okay, it's a weird 3D problem. Okay, I'm gonna fix this and then I'm gonna turn the car and show you. I don't know. So obviously we would need to have this like this. Okay, can we? Okay, like this, and then it would, you know, follow this shape. Ish, you know, kinda. We could get away with this. We could. These are nicely sloped downwards, which follow the the curvature of the car, which is good. Obviously, the top here is gonna change a lot because we need the inlet here and stuff. So we are going to here. We're gonna use just probably, I don't know, two studs, lift arms, because this section here is gonna be the scoop. I have no idea how to fix this part here to this. Like literally none, but we can maybe fix this here to the inside with by changing this panel here. Obviously that's gonna happen because these are just gonna touch. This is gonna be a plate, a tile. So none of the um, studs are going to be visible, obviously. And here, I guess we can use to smoothen this out. We can use some of the new elements, like for example this one. You know, if we used this here, it's gonna look a lot. I mean, not this particular one, but like I don't know, some equivalent that I don't have here. I think I have white ones that are shorter. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And with this we can do something quite organic looking. So if we look at the top here, you see that already we are going slimmer in the rear, which is obviously something that we would want to do. And with the flex stuff, we can allow ourselves to do this. There's no harm. So filling the gaps in here is gonna be easy because we're gonna just use lift arms here. This gap here is gonna be covered by the partly we're gonna extend the plates here, depending on where the fender is, and partly it's gonna be hidden by the fender itself, because the fender itself is coming up to here, so and probably gonna be suspended here somewhere. And then in the rear section is gonna be basically this here, which is gonna be more lift arms in such a fashion here, and then we're gonna go in, and this is how we're gonna form this part here. And you see, once we locate this, how nice and organic the shape is gonna be. So you can stroke it like nice. So yes, it's lift arms, but still, how else are you gonna do this shape? I don't see any other way to do this, sadly. But it's not gonna be that horrible as it is now. I mean, horrible, because obviously here we're gonna have the scoop, and here in the rear we're gonna also have the cooling louvers. So what I'm really interested in is this edge here. So this edge here is the shoulder of the car that we are gonna see. Yeah, flex tubes. We're gonna use the flex tubes, but hidden, not that was the idea, but not as in the 8448, if you know what I mean. Obviously the flex tubes were always on the carts here in the rear, but the sides here cannot be done with flex tubes. It's gonna, if we would do this, it's gonna look very weird. And the edge here, I don't know, it's not gonna happen because yeah, reasons. So yeah, only thing that I would need to know now is the shape itself. So obviously the shape that I did here is like, whatever it decided to do. But in the real car, of course, we have, I don't know if this has to be this high. Maybe we can remove one of those plates and it's gonna be lower. This is something that certain people here with CAD access should probably explore. So what is the exact shape of this? What does it have to be? What we are gonna do now is we are going to make sure that we can fix this to the car so that it doesn't flop up, and we are going to see how to make a hole here while still using the flex tubes, and how we gonna attach the scoop into the hole. And of course the scoop is not here, the scoop is somewhere here, because here we have to have an intake, so a hole, obviously, intake, and a window. Yeah, the window is coming here. So there's gonna be a window. I don't know how we're gonna fix it. Some window, I don't know. And then, the intake. That's gonna be, well, interesting is not covering it really. For this, I think I'm going to make you watch this from above. I think this is the, well, you can see my face, but who cares? My face is nothing to write home about. Anyway, so yeah. Obviously, we need to put this here. It bothers me that it's, by not even half a stud, it's hanging off a little bit. But I don't see how I could pull it in a little bit more. Would be nice if we could. Then everything else would flow a little bit better. Just a second, maybe we can. I mean, I'm gonna try it with something right now, but this is obviously what I'm gonna do now is not gonna be the permanent solution. Just so I can think of a better solution and see even if this works. So this is just temporary. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this looks better. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have this in place-ish, we need to consider something. So the red lift arm here stays, but this is the only lift arm that's gonna stay here. We need to have like no lift arms except a 2-stud strip. So no lift arms until about here. Obviously, we cannot do that. So the scoop is gonna be, the hole is gonna be like just as big as necessary, and then the lift arm is going to continue, and the scoop is just going to be put onto those lift arms. So my guess is, judging by the pictures, that the scoop needs to start about here, which is this lift arm. This lift arm. So we have like 2 and 2, yeah. 2 lift arms are gonna be the hole into the window. 2 lift arms are the beginning of the louvers that go into the cooling, and then this lift arm here is already the beginning of the scoop. That's approximately how I see it. Let me see. Do I have? Yes, I do. I do. So, sorry. So I do have some 2-stud lift arms to make a hole, but we need a hole that's a little larger. So we need a hole, well, probably 2 studs more. Well, unfortunately, I have only one more. So it's gonna have to do one more. Next thing that we need to think about is what are we gonna do with this here. So we need a hole here. In case of the window, the hole needs to go up until here, and same for the intake. So we're gonna have this part is gonna be flexible, and we are going to start the flexibility, and this part is not gonna be there at all. So we're gonna have 2 flex pipes here to hold in these. None here, none at all, and then it starts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starts again here. So we need to support this lift arm on this lift arm, and then of course it naturally progresses like it does. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This lift arm is the last one. This lift arm needs to be supported here. Okay, but since the good part is this is still inside of the scoop, so we don't have to have a continuous nice line of lift arms here. We can make this lift arm longer, or not longer, 2 pieces. So it's gonna be 1 lift arm here that's poking out, and 1 lift arm that's gonna connect to it here. Yeah, let me see. And it needs to be like, yeah. It's probably gonna be a 7-stud lift arm built out of 2 pieces. Okay, and then after we've done this, we will see. First, let's see how this even looks. And of course, we have to think of this solution here. Something needs to be done here. We'll see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 6 goes out as well. Okay. So this one stays. This one needs to go. How long does it need to be? It needs to be this long. And we need another flex tube in here for this. Oh. Need to force this here. Okay. Okay. We're good so far. So, since we're gonna go like that, okay. Conveniently, we have this here. There we go. Inconveniently, we have this here, but I think this is gonna be okay. Because the angle is so small. Okay. We'll be all right here, I think. Yeah. Now this is too stiff, so this guy has to go. This guy has to go. And we need to angle this on the other side. Yeah, okay. Much better. Much better. Okay. So we got ourselves a hole. What you're gonna place in here, I don't know, or how, but I do know that we need to make sure that this guy here stays here. So it must not pivot. The window goes on this side, so it's kind of a peak hole window in here, and then on this side it's the here is a V shape. Imagine this. There's a V shape in here. On one side is the window. On the other side is the intake. And we need to fix this. Problem is that the frame of the door is also gonna be here. So it's gonna be half a stud away from this, like where my finger is. It's gonna be this is gonna be the door frame. Okay, the iconic Countach door that goes here. Obviously, all of this is problematic, but we'll deal with this a bit later. Or, well, no, we need to deal with this now. Because, yeah, reasons. To explore first. Yeah, and then what? We have like stuff here. Yeah, I mean, in this case, we would need to alter this. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to, yeah, that's maybe not even necessary. Yeah, that's gonna have to happen. Yeah. That's good thinking. Good thinking. Yeah. So like this, but now of course we have to change this. So let's change this. Yeah, I am on it. So this needs to go, and we need to change this as well. So this here, it's gonna be preferably Technic. You know, we have to make room. We have to make room for it here. This is gonna be. This was like what? This was 1 over, right? Yeah. 1 over. So we are going to use this here and this here, and these two are gonna be well, not these, just this one. This is gonna be like this. There. Yeah. No problem. We understood each other. Oh God, really. Okay, this one is half decent. Okay, so we do have room now. Let's see what happens to the lift arm. Okay. I guess we don't need this at the moment. Okay, so it has a half decent chance to be attached to something. There's one problem. Take a guess. What's the distance? What's the distance that is preventing us from doing something useful here? What is the distance? Do you see it? if you guessed half a stud, you'd be correct. We need half a stud of something here, I guess. I think. No. No, 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 no. Hold on. No, 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 we don't. Because this is going to be a tile. Hold on. Yeah. This is going to be a tile. And if this is a tile, this could be possible. Let's put it like this. It could be possible that we can squeeze this here in. But of course, well, some distance needs to be half a stud, obviously. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, here it's half a stud here, and it's, well, it's gonna be half a stud here, I guess. I mean, I don't like this. Don't get me wrong. I would like to change this, but in this configuration, we actually do have to live with half a stud somewhere. I mean, this is not a problem doing. But what if we use this and this, and use a 4 stud lift arm here? What if we do this? What if we do this? Maybe then we don't need to use half a stud. Maybe then it's gonna be alright. Yeah, that is my idea. Yeah, I think that should be alright. There. And it's even, if this would be fixed, this is even sturdy. This is a sturdy edge that doesn't move. We do have a gap here, but that we can deal with, I guess. Okay. Let's focus. The background is not important. Thank you. So I mean, the gap here is gonna be really ugly. I would actually prefer if they would touch, but and then this here, I don't know. I don't know how to solve this. You see, it is nice swooping lines. I don't know where this needs to be yet. Maybe up here. We'll see. Slope piece. Where would you? I mean, we are going to have a piece like this in here, you know, to smoothen up all of this. Um, to be honest, I can put it in now. Let's see. Just a second. Full stall on top. What do you mean? Full stall on top and slow pieces instead of tall. And I wanted to do like this. No, I wanted to do something like this, because if we put this down, it's almost, not quite, but almost follows this. Come on. Ah. Or maybe if we move this, more to the front, but then this is gonna be, well, maybe not. Come on, maybe not. We can move it to the front. Yeah, we can move it to the front, I think. Let's try it. Just as a test. Doesn't take much. I mean, we still have this edge here, but now imagine this being red. But look at how closely this now follows the contours. And if everything is red here, maybe we can live with this. What do you think? Needs to be modeled in CAD, of course, to make the final decision. And here we are probably gonna, this is, I don't know, I don't like this edge here, so we're gonna probably shorten this by a little bit and put another 5 exterior lift arm here. And here we're gonna smoothen this out with something, so that when the flare comes here, you know, it's gonna, the flare is gonna be like this. So we need to fill in this triangle. Yeah, this has a future, I think. This has a future. And this lift arm we are gonna use red, so when you poke through here, you know, you don't see black, you see red. And since it's in this hole here, we can use, obviously because of the window, we are going to use two 1x4 thin lift arms here instead of this, because obviously, you know, this hump here kind of bothers me, to be honest. Yeah, and this is actually not that flimsy. Obviously, we need to fix this, make a something on the other side so it cannot be pushed in. But yeah, what did Ben write? Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's my thinking. If all of this was red already, it would look a lot better. But I don't have any of these parts that are in black and red. So there we are. Let's continue. So now that we have our hole, let's see what about the scoop. I don't know where the car ends, so we're gonna leave this for next time. But I do have a pretty good feeling from the pictures where the scoop needs to start. So it's here, and it goes to about here. So it's not that long. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like nine studs long. So that's the length of the scoop, and it sits here. Okay. It sits obviously at an angle, so it's obviously gonna be attached to the bodywork. So it's at the angle of the bodywork. And we do have, well, options. We can, ideally, I would have it attached at, I don't know, a few points. But since the scoop is attached onto a, well, sloping body, I don't quite see how we're gonna do this, to be honest. Let me take a look at a picture of the car from above. Maybe I'll get an idea. Okay. Okay, I got a pretty good idea what we're gonna do. So the scoop is gonna be attached to the lift arm. Okay, scoop is gonna be attached on 2 points on this lift arm because they are fixed. There are fixed points on which we can angle it down, and then bear with me. It's gonna be attached with a rubber lift arm. So the same ones that the same one that we use in the gearbox onto this. So it can flex and can adjust to the, it's gonna be probably here. It can adjust to the bending of this, and it's gonna sit in here, and there's gonna be a small panel gap between the scoop and this. That's probably the best case scenario, if you ask me. Now, only thing is that I have no idea how to make the scoop. Needs to be made with as few parts as possible. We do know how wide it needs to be. It needs to be 5 studs wide, I think. 5 studs, 5 or 6. In that ballpark, I don't know. And it's not that high. I think it's only at the maximum it's 2 studs high. I don't even think it's 2 studs high. Maybe 1. It looks 1 stud above the bodywork. It's just something. I probably don't have any red parts to make it, and I think it's gonna be made with well, it's gonna be brick built with what I call it, sure. No, wrong one. This one. With with these sort of things, like I don't know, kind of in a way that I don't have anything here. Yeah. Something similar to this, I guess. Basically, we're gonna have like a plate here, and then maybe in bricks. This plate here, it's 6 wide. On this side, it's gonna be like this, slight wedge. It's gonna be parallel with this lift arm, and no. He had, yeah. Can you find it? Can you find it and post the link in Discord? I cannot be bothered right now. But I mean, something like this would be my idea. This is from the Land Rover, of course. Still empty. But yeah. But I have to say, god damn, it's starting to look nice. The shape here is really giving it really nice feeling, and we're gonna have to do something in the front as well. Hey Marco. Rather late. Good evening. Good. Almost. I love this angle. I mean, this really makes it, And I'm not even sure if the shoulder should be here. Maybe it's gonna turn out Okay. Yeah. The more I look at it, I kind of have a feeling that we have to change this. You see, all of this here needs to be in line with the door. So imagine we have the tile here. We have the tile here, and that's the shoulder line. Okay? So you see the shoulder line here? It needs to be one stud lower. So we need to lower all of this by one stud so that this edge here aligns with the door. That's the problem here that we have. And then we won't have the half a stud problem. We'll have a different problem, of course. We'll deal with it later, but we won't have the half a stud problem. Okay? So we do need to move all of this by one stud lower. That's the problem that we have here. Yeah. So obviously then this part here is going to be different, since I think that this part here, like in Christian's rendering, this edge here is going to form the upper part of the aqueduct, and we won't have this part here. This is going to be one stud further back, and the good part is that this gap that we have here, the gap that we have here, is not gonna be a problem anymore. And basically we are gonna take this out. We're gonna have to reshuffle the structure behind a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, that's it. So first we're gonna open this up. We can. Well, we're not gonna remove the door because we need it, but we're gonna change this. So first order of business, this. So we need to take this stud out, and for this we need to well, make a different kind of attachment for this here. Not entirely different, but you know. So because we take this out, this is moving one stud further back, which is a problem because then we need to change something in the there. So we're gonna do this. It's easier for now. So this is gonna be here, and now we need to make sure that this doesn't detach. I'm gonna do this for now because it's easiest, and we'll go on from here. Yeah. Nice. So nothing much changes in the attachment of it, but we are one stud lower than we were before, which means that I have to change this. First of all, this is gonna be changed for the one stud thingy. There we go. This can probably be different. Okay. Now we're talking. Things have changed, obviously. Okay. this doesn't look as nice as before, but we're gonna adjust stuff here. Now this is half a stud. This needs to be half a stud further out. Yep. Okay. Now we need to fix this in position, and then we're gonna admire our handiwork. Let's see. Let's see if this is gonna work. No, this is not gonna work. It's not even half a stud. It's just different. Okay. This is just different. Okay. Yeah. So, just a second. There is a sloped part here, I think. But we are probably not gonna use it because no, we have to use it. I mean, we kind of need a shoulder here. You know, like this. This. Yeah, and we need it. We need this to be here-ish. But how do we fix it in position? I think I know. Just a second. Just a second. It is a half a stud solution. Obviously. We need the hands of a small child to get in there. Okay. Is it? No. CAD would say no. And by a very small margin. By a very small margin. Damn it. Damn it. What if we extended this? We extended this and see if we can find a hole somewhere it's gonna fit, like somewhere. Maybe, but no. I mean, in the real world, everything here can be twisted a little bit. In the real world, but CAD will not like this. CAD will not like my solution at all. but we'll go with it now, just so we can see how this works. Okay. Yeah. See? This is now more like it. It's not like a continuation of the door line. See? This is how we want it. Not perfect, but I'll allow it. Obviously, we need to do something in here to hide the red lift arm. Something's gonna have to be done. I don't know what. Maybe I don't know, a grill here, sorts. But this looks better. This looks a lot better. Yeah. See, in the rear, it cannot be. The line here is perfect. Maybe a little bit extreme in the angle, but this is gonna be, most of this is gonna be hidden by the wheel arch, the flare. Flare comes almost up to here, so it's gonna be fine. We're gonna have to trim this a little bit and extend down here a little bit. I don't know, we're gonna see. Maybe we are gonna use even the, what did we use last time? Maybe even, sorry, maybe even this here to bring everything a little bit in, so it's, you know, it flows with the line of the car. But this looks damn good. If I, in my mind, if I imagine that these bricks are red, this looks very good. Very good. Maybe, as I said before, maybe we need to enlarge the inlet here by 1 stud. So maybe we need to make this 1 stud larger. I don't know. CAD will tell. But this looks better. Yeah. Can I show it from the other side? Yeah. You see how nicely the line here goes, and then it's gonna be a little bit up here and then down. So you're gonna see, even from this angle, you're gonna see all the nice swooping lines that you expect from a Countach. It has kind of a muscle car shape, you know. That's one of the reasons I like it. Yeah. Challenge, of course, is gonna be making the door frame, because obviously we need the door frame to have the iconic Countach slit door. So this is gonna be, well, interesting to do, and it's gonna be probably relatively fragile. I hope not, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And I would really like to, you know, fix the A pillars, because they dislocate so easily. when you hold the car, you know. We'll see. But you know what we did here with bricks, you cannot do with frames or lift arms. Just not gonna happen. Not frames, panels. I'm sorry, but you know the big area here that we needed to cover is only possible with bricks, you know. And it's gonna look fine. Once it's all red, it's gonna be pretty good. And the front end is gonna look amazing as well, I think. Once everything is together, I don't know. We need stiffer shocks anyway, because these are the not the softest, but they're not the hardest. So these are not the Unimog springs. So we need the Unimog springs here in the front. In the rear, it's already pretty soft, so rear springs need to be basically what we have in the front, and the fronts need to be the Unimog springs, and then it's gonna be fine. You know, the rear ones are pretty. Let's say that they are soft, very soft, because you know all of the weight, and we're gonna add some more. We're gonna add some more in the front, but the fronts are still doing okay. You know, if it's a little bit lower still, you know, if it's like this, and then it still has a lot of suspension travel, it's gonna be fine. But we're gonna fit harder springs in the front anyway, and harder in the rear. But you know, when developing a car like this, it's always you eyeball it with the springs, and then you add stiffer springs when needed, or softer springs when needed. And we will have 3D printed wheel covers, so basically hubcaps that look like the wheels, and that's gonna look amazing, I think. So yeah, that's it for today. Next stream is on Friday, where we continue where we stopped today. So basically, we are going to make the scoop. We are going to see about all of these attachment points here. So we need to fill all of this with something. We need to see where the car ends. For this, we need some CAD stuff. I'm probably gonna look at Christian's CAD model to see where I need to cut it. Yeah. Well, the battery box is gonna be fitted in this. Come on. In this empty space here. There's like a large cavity here, there where nothing is there. You know. See. There's nothing here. This is where the battery box is gonna fit. We still need to do the remote control shifting gearbox. How, I don't know yet, but that still need to be done. A-pillars, you know, this thing here, and then the front, of course, wheel flares, frame of the door frame with the window. So we have still a lot of things to do, but we are getting there. We are getting there. pretty complex. Yeah. In the end, it's gonna be pretty complex. And I hope that people are gonna, enjoy it. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, as always, and I see you on Friday.